and welcome to this solo day in London. I'm here at Somerset House. Our first stop of the day is a coffee shop, which happens to be my favorite in London, and also is in Somerset House. One of the most daunting things about going to a new place by yourself is figuring out how it operates. So here you can either grab and go from this counter that you see when you first walk in, or if you want to stay in the coffee shop, then you'll turn to your right and then you'll wait to be seated, and then it operates as a table service restaurant / coffee shop. I love coming here because even on weekends, it's very chill and relaxed. It doesn't feel very hectic. And I also love sitting at the window because it's really nice to people watch from. They do have a 90-minute limit during busy times that you will have to leave if there's someone else wanting your table. But I have stayed there for upwards of like 2 hours on a day where it's not very busy, and they haven't said anything. And then after you finish your breakfast / coffee, you can wander around in Somerset House. Okay, I'm thoroughly caffeinated and we're off to our next stop, which is Covent Garden. Covent Garden has a lot of good shops that you can go to. It's also really close to Seven Dials, which we'll probably pop into as well. Good for food, good for shopping, all the good things. So let's go. Covent Garden is about a 10-minute walk away from Somerset House, and you get to walk along the Strand, which is a very busy part of London, but it has a lot of pretty buildings like this. Alright, we are in Covent Garden. There's lots to do here, lots of shops, lots of food. There's always buskers in the square. I'm not going to spend too much time here today because I have been here many a time, but just wanted to show you this is a good place to come walk. Covent Garden does tend to be a very busy area on the weekends. This was on a Saturday, so you can see lots of people milling about. It's always busy, but on weekdays it's a little bit more manageable. Here's a look at the covered market. There's lots of shops that you can pop into, as well as some restaurants and some grab and go food. And then there's also, on most days I think, is a little maker's market as well. Now from Covent Garden, it's a really quick, easy walk over to Seven Dials, which I actually prefer to Covent Garden. They have some more cute little shops rather than the big shops in Covent Garden. After popping in some shops, you can go to Seven Dials Market, and this is a food market, so if you want, you can have lunch here. I have other plans for lunch, but this would be a great option, and there are some people sitting solo that I spotted there, so you won't be alone. Alright, behind me is Trafalgar Square. Now I'm just passing through here to get to my next stop, but if you were here as a tourist, you might want to stop there. There's a lot to be seen. Today is a festival, so it's very busy and crowded, but on a normal day it's just fountains and it's really pretty. One of my favorite things about London is the variety of food here, and one of the things that I've never tried that is here is Korean corn dogs. And so I'm going to Bunsik right now, which you may have heard of. I went to the other location, which was closer to where I was, but it was absolutely packed, so I'm hoping this one will be better. This is the Embankment location, and it was so much less crowded than the one in Seven Dials / Soho. And I have to say, I love the corn dog. I want to go back and get another one. I just got the cheese and potato one, I think. I just think it's so fun to try new food when you're in a new place, even if it's not the local food. If it's something that you can't get where you're from, I would always go for it. Bunsik is very conveniently located next to the Embankment tube station, and we're going to take the westbound District line over to South Kensington Station. I've arrived at South Kensington Station and I'm headed to, it's so loud in here, hold on. As I was saying, I'm at the V&A Museum, and I chose this one because I've never been to it, but you could replace this with any museum that you are interested in. There are just so many museums in London that the V&A is just one of many that you could choose from. I really like the photography exhibit here, and I also think they have some really great sculpture, and the building itself is also really beautiful. Alright, I'm just finishing up at the museum, and the next stop is somewhere that I've been wanting to go ever since I moved here, but I haven't had the chance. I'm usually not in this area very often. And that is the Thin House. It's like a house that's this thin, and you'll see. Anyway, we'll go. Let's see.
Wow, would you look at that? That is so cool.
Okay, so this isn't a must-do if you're in the area, but it is something that I've been wanting to do, so I went. However, it is a little bit out of the way of our next stop, so just keep that in mind if you are following this itinerary and want to keep your walking to a minimum. Thin house. I have looked at the price of it online before. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it's crazy for the tininess of it. Now, if you're going to spend a day in London, it is required that you spend some time in a park, because that's one of the best things about London. There are so many beautiful parks. They're so well maintained, and I love them. So I'm headed to Hyde Park / Kensington Gardens now. Alright, I've made it to Hyde Park, and now I'm on the hunt for a snack and a drink. Take a little rest, eat your snack, then have a little baby walk around Hyde Park. But don't walk too much, because I know you've been walking all day, so just have a little look around and then plop yourself on the grass, people watch, journal, take some pictures, text your friends. I don't know what you want to do there, but possibilities are endless. I'm really going off on a tangent here. That was really nice. I'm feeling very zen now. Now our final thing of the day is we're gonna go see a West End show, which is a perfect thing to do by yourself. I promise it's not scary. But before that we have to get dinner, and I usually like to do like a counter service meal before dinner or before the show. That way I can control when I leave, so I know that I'm not gonna be late, because that would make me feel anxious if I'm like waiting for my waiter to come give me the bill and everything. So I like to do counter service. And today I usually do Leon, but I think I'm gonna do wasabi today. Wasabi does sushi and bento boxes, and it's very conveniently located next to the Knightsbridge tube station, which we'll need to go to next. It'll depend what theater you're going to, but I took the Piccadilly line over back to Covent Garden. The key to going to a show by yourself is to get to the area early enough so you don't feel anxious that you're going to be late, but don't actually go in until like 15 minutes before tops, because that way you don't have to just sit there alone. If you go in like 15 minutes early, you have time to go to the bathroom, you have time to find your seat, but you don't just sit there awkwardly until the play starts. I went to see Crazy for You, which is a very fun musical. It kind of reminded me of The Music Man. If you like musicals, you'll like it, but if you don't, I definitely wouldn't recommend it, because it is very much a musical. And a solo tip is to always go get a snack during intermission, even if you feel like you shouldn't because it costs money, but it's always something to do during the intermission so you're not just awkwardly sitting there, or you could talk to your seatmates, but that's just not my thing. And there you go, that is the perfect solo day in London. I hope you guys enjoyed and got some ideas and realized that it's really not that big a deal to be alone. I'm gonna head home now, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you next time. I'm joking. Bye!